Here's my review of People We Meet on Vacation. I thought that this was a very cute rom-com, and for a January rom-com movie on Netflix, it was surprisingly solid. It's about these two people named Poppy and Alex who meet each other and like because he agrees to drive her home from college, and then they kind of start off like a little like he's not really into her at all, and then it kind of like is a although this is only a short movie, it's about an hour 40 minutes, maybe 2 hours, a little under that. He like quickly develops feelings for her, and it's a really cute movie. And then they agree how 1 week out of the year they will meet up with each other so they can always be friends. And that's the basic premise of this movie. There's so many moments in here where like Alex is just trying to be nice, and you could see how maybe Poppy's kind of trying to fall for him, and he's like, no, I'll sleep on the ground and stuff like that. But it's just a very sweet rom-com with characters that are just fun. You could genuinely see like that there's really good chemistry between the two of them, and as it progresses throughout the movie. And this movie it takes place kind of like we do a bunch of different flashbacks, which at points I found to be quite confusing, I'll be honest. Like there's points where they'll sometimes they'll flashback like 6 years and then 4 years, 2 years, whatever, all around. But we get to see but because of that, we get to see different perspectives and different times in their relationship, which just makes the love, I guess, feel even more real. And there's a lot of great stuff in here. First things, I gotta point out a really funny scene where they basically, while they're kind of traveling the U.S., they stay with these like hippies, like this like weird hippie group, and they are so funny. Like, this is one of the funniest parts in the whole movie. It's great. Like, and like there's a moment where they're like, oh, you want to join us for like the orgy later or something, like, and I'm like, oh my god, these guys are crazy. But it was hilarious. It was very, very funny. But where this movie really kind of like goes all over the place is, like I said, how we go through different times. Like there's times in this where later on both Poppy and Alex both find a different boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're still meeting up because they're still friends, even though Alex or Poppy moved to Italy. And there's a lot of just really great, and you could tell though like that there's this like tension between them. Not necessarily like in terms of like that connection is still there, and it just feels almost genuinely just really sad, which I thought was great. There's a lot of great scenes in this movie. I think that like there's a scene where they pretend to be engaged to get like free stuff. It was really funny. Like to get free drinks at a bar. It was really funny. And there's like several moments, especially like when we get to the point where there's a moment where they're both outside of his house once he moves, or her house when she moves to Italy, and then they kiss each other, and you realize like, okay, they still clearly are in love, and it just kind of puts you in this like genuinely like, oh man, this is sad, because they're both at that point they're basically cheating on their spouses, or their girlfriend and boyfriends, like. But you could see it's like, because you like these characters together, you know it's like, oh, I do want them to be together. And it was just very well done. So yeah, like this movie isn't like anything like crazy. It's not really anything that's gonna blow you away. But I think that for a January Netflix rom-com, I think that this is I could say it is a good movie. And I'll even say it's like a pretty good movie. Like, I don't know, I would like probably even watch it again. My only problem was like I said, and hey, that's on me, is really like I found just like the constant jumping around different times. Like I get it was good to see different perspectives, but it was just kind of confusing. But hey, I'm not the brightest, so that's on me. But overall, this is a very solid rom-com. I think that if you like rom-coms, you should definitely check it out. It's kind of exactly what you'd expect, but I think that there's a lot of really great stuff here, and I think that these actors have such good chemistry, it just works. So yeah, overall, I thought this was a very cute and very enjoyable movie.